than around 170 million people total in the world, and the majority of them were centered around the Middle East. And with very active trade routes, both on land, sea, most of the world was interconnected by that time, with many of the major trade routes going straight through the heart of Israel, where all of this takes place. So it's not like this is taking place way off in some foreign place where nobody ever heard about it. It's the Jews through whom the promised Messiah was to come into the world. They were scattered. They had been scattered through invasions and being taken over throughout the years. And so they were scattered throughout the entire Roman Empire with synagogues in just about every single city. Wherever there would be 10 people, they could establish a synagogue, which is where the gospel message was first preached. And you see in the book of Acts, and the synagogues were where the scriptures were read and taught, including hundreds of prophecies regarding the coming Messiah. The only person in history who was pre-announced, starting 1,000 years before he was born, by 18 different prophets over multiple centuries, predicting his birth, his life, his death, as we see here, the location where he's going to teach, where he'd be born. This is why Matthew is continually quoting from the Hebrew scriptures. By the time of Christ, the Jewish scriptures over, what is our Old Testament was complete, and it was translated by that time into Greek, the Septuagint, which was the language of the majority of the population of the Roman Empire, thanks to Alexander the Great. And with the Romans having basically bludgeoned the Grecian Empire into a forced peace, the Pax Romana, and having established the first crude but very effective road system, it's as though a spiritual red carpet had been rolled out for the Messiah and the spread of the good news, which there was. That's why Paul the Apostle writes in Galatians 4:4, but when the fullness of the time had come, when everything for the arrival of the Messiah had been put into place, that's when God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those under the law, so as to receive our adoption as God's children. When he arrived in Galilee, Jesus first went to his hometown of Nazareth.